Y'all, hope you are glowing, growing, and thriving. And today, I, y'all know, as an actress, I love great film. I love a great movie, documentary, film, a great artistic director as someone that wants to get in directing in my older age or just later in my career. I have so much respect for theater and film. So much respect that I could never mock it like some people do. And I could definitely never mock the artist as an artist. But I have to gush because season 6 of Handmaid's Tale has just been released. I have to gush about how badass June as a character is. And then not even just her character, Elizabeth as an actress, who, that's her real name, who portrays June, just the dimensions that she brings to this character, June. It's just breathtaking. It's chef's kiss, but then also the writing is just amazing. I'm gonna give you guys the honest truth. Watching Handmaid's Tale, it was so good. That's what made me get Hulu. Handmaid's Tale is what made me say, this is the streaming service that's for me, that I need to have. So, Handmaid's Tale, I don't know, it's not even that it's feminist. It's so feminist, that's what it is. But it's like, I could cry. There's so many women right now that don't realize that just because men have had to modify and change their ways and get more fresh and up to date with the ways of approaching women, there's so many women that don't realize they're in modern day slavery. They're being oppressed in a way that is allowed or that's legal. So many women are being oppressed. And I'm a lover girl. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I could easily get swept up in this trap myself. Now, if it's real, then it's real, and I'm really in love. But I could get deceived just like so many women have, where they think they're in love, but they end up oppressed. But so many women, moment of silence for the women that will never escape the prisons they're in, the women that will die in the prison they're in, the women that will die of something they got from their husbands because of the prison they're in. Like, stay woke, guys. I'm all for love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a lover girl. I want to be married. I want to be in something real. But moment of silence for all the women who are oppressed and thought they were in love but are in a prison that they built themselves. They're in, abuse happens over time. Abuse, there's so many types of abuse: verbal abuse, physical abuse. And even though women can do it to men too, there's plenty of dynamics where the man is the only one doing it. And those women are trapped and will never see the light of day. I'm not trying to be morbid. So many women do get out. So many women get their own place. They have their whole Stella got her groove back moment. They see the light. There's so many women. Moment of silence for all the women who broke free from a toxic situation. A true love, you don't need to break free. And even true love has fights and arguments. So I'm acknowledging that there will be rain, there will be bad days. But just know the difference between when you're being respected and when you're being completely disrespected. So yeah, just the storyline of it dealing with women's rights, and the whole time June is such a strong woman that has had to go through so much. She's being raped by the guy that's her master, so to speak. But she actually has a very loving, supportive husband back home he escaped. He went to Canada. She has a supportive, good guy that has her best interest and loves her, and she loves him. So it's not just far-fetched feminism. It's a love story where she's married and all of that. She has a healthy relationship that she's trying to fight for and get out of this imprisonment, but yet it shows so much badass feminism and like her doing what it takes to try to get back to her husband and try to get her daughter safe and make sure her daughter doesn't have to. She knows her daughter is growing up, and if she runs out of time, her daughter's gonna start, once she gets old enough, she's gonna start being raped too if she doesn't get her to Canada. And so just the writing is amazing. June is just such a badass. Like even when she got raped and she got pregnant and she knew she had to keep the baby, and she was like running through, when she escaped and she was pregnant. It just showed me the strength of a woman and how like we have everything we need on our own. We can do it on our own. We're just so awesome, and God made us that way. We don't want to do it on our own, and she had a great loving husband that would have been by her side, but unfortunately he was in Canada. He couldn't be, and because he couldn't be, she had everything she needed still. She was such a badass, and I just loved watching it. I grew up in a household where my parents were married my whole life, so I've always seen my dad be there for my mom, and I never saw her do anything alone until my parents separated when I was like 12. And for the first time, I saw my mom being like independent and stuff. And it really showed me if I had to, I know I could. Like women are so strong. And then my mom and dad got back together when I was 15. So from 12 to 15, my mom was like a single mom doing it on her own. And it really showed me how badass women are. And even when they got back together, I realized that my mom was the backbone of everything. And that my dad did bring value and was a great person and protected us. But at the same time, it just showed me the value of being a woman and what we bring to the table as well. So I just wanted to gush about how happy I am that season 6 is released. I watched episode 1 and I cried like 3 times. Because it's just so, I've been watching since the beginning. It's just so, it tugs at my heartstrings. It's such a tearjerker. Like even now I'm getting worked up because just the strength of women is just so powerful. And so women, all women across the world, I just hope you know, even if you're in a situation you know you have to find your way out of, you will find a way. You're strong. And if you don't find a way out, you will find the best parts of your current situation. I know you will. And just the first episode of Handmaid's Tale, season 6, Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. Go check it out. And this is not sponsored or anything, but just the first episode got me so emotional. And I'm on the second one. And I'm team her and Nick, because I feel like what her and Nick has is real, but it's so weird because what she has with her husband is also real. It's just different. So I'm not promoting that you should be with multiple people at one time, but considering the circumstances of like how the government took over, she was kind of forced to end up being with Nick even though she was married, like her husband was in Canada. But it just shows a person can have multiple soulmates, because I feel like Nick was also her soulmate just as much as her husband. And it got to the point where even he didn't mind as long as that guy was really protecting his wife. So the show is just so eye-opening and has so many underlying lessons that I recommend everybody of every gender watch it, just to understand what resilience really looks like, and to follow the journey and understand that everything isn't always what it seems. And even the element of Handmaid's Tale that is very super religious, that has an underlying message of how they're always saying praise be and may his eye watch upon us, and all the extra, it's like a satire. I mean, it's like a contradicting thing of like the way they are being so religious yet doing all this heinous criminal raping, controlling, hiding behind religion. It's disgusting. And then the best hearted people, the good people, they're not as religious, and that stands true to real life as well. Sometimes the most religious people are doing the most heinous, terrible things behind closed doors. So I've never been one to judge a book by its cover, but more so just the energy that I feel, regardless of if they're religious or not. The energy that I feel. But the show is just so great, and I'm really excited to enjoy the rest of it. I think it's like 8 episodes, hopefully more than that. But I can tell it's coming to a close. It's season 6, and watching it just reminds me why I want to be an actor. Because if I got the chance to tell stories like this, I would be so proud to be a part of it. I bet that every single member of the cast is so proud to help tell that story, because it's just so creative and so multidimensional and so women empowerment and so anti-slavery and so systemic, like so anti-government. I mean, just the writing in itself is rebellious. I love it. So watching it reminds me why acting is my passion, and reminds me that to get to be a part of stories like this would be a blessing and a gift to share my efforts and my talent and my energy in in a package that has that much educational value, is something that would be an honor. So yeah, I just wanted to gush about Handmaid's Tale and how there's so many elements about it that are of a higher power to me. Like it blew up for a reason. It's won Emmys because when people watch it, they feel it too. So I can tell that if I read the book, I would enjoy it. And if I read the book, I probably would have been more excited about the show to begin with. But even as someone that's never read the book, once I got into it, the show just sucks you in. It just sucks you in. It's so good. So, and that's how I kind of was with Euphoria, except with Euphoria, I just couldn't get it until I did. With Handmaid's Tale, after the first 2 episodes, I was hooked. I was sucked in. So yeah, it just reminds me why I'm passionate about acting, and it just really pushes me to fight for my acting career, because you see these characters fight so hard for their freedom, and just it being a gender thing speaks volumes with everything going on with people trying to take away rights of abortion rights and all of that. The gender stuff, I mean, the fact that it's women trying to escape to their freedom and get to Canada, that really, in this time right now, resonates with a lot of people. So it's just inspirational, and I just wanted to gush about how much I love the character of June, and also the black lady that's her best friend. I forgot her name, but she escaped. She got to Canada fast. She was like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. She killed that commander, and she got across the border, and she kept contacting June like, when are you gonna get over here? You gotta get free, because I've been free. But like, it just shows when there's a will, there's a way, and I just love it. So I want